It is 8 o'clock on the dot. I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week to chat about what's going on in the world of weather. And it is New Year's Eve. Let's get it started. Top two things we're watching. First off, it's a little bit of a foggy start. We're going to look at all of the data for you to make you just have a better understanding of what's going on this morning, when the fog will burn off, and of course, what to expect in your neighborhood. Plus, we are welcoming 2023. We are looking ahead to that forecast. We're going to be chatting about what to expect through the afternoon, through the evening. We've got you covered. Do not worry. We're going to chat. We're going to be friends. We're going to welcome in the new year together. But first, before we get into any of that, let's just take a look and see how things are this morning, right? There's a shot. This is our tower cam in Orlando. You can't really see much from this location, right? Actually, no, that's New Smyrna Beach. The sun is on its way up. Yeah, now let's head to Orlando. Downtown, that's our live studio tower cam. So you kind of see I-4 there in the distance. Lake Eola. Yep, Ocala, all right, a little foggy there. Down to Disney, yep. Melbourne, yep. You get the idea. Orlando International Airport, yep. St. Pete Beach, yep. It's a little foggy. Dense fog advisories in effect across our southern areas. But if I'm honest, I don't understand why we wouldn't have dense fog advisories in effect for the entire area. I just feel like we've got that criteria met. But I digress. I'm not a National Weather Service meteorologist. It is foggy, though, across all of Central Florida. Temperatures out the door, nice and comfy. We're at 66 in Orlando, 66 degrees in Palm Coast, 65 in Palm Bay, 67 degrees in Claremont. Our first warning live Doppler radar is quite over top of us, but there is some rain out west. Let me put this into motion. Yeah, already starting to watch some rains moving in here to Marion, Sumter counties, for example. Nothing strong, nothing severe. The velocity channel not showing anything too bad, but there's definitely rain there. If I switch over to the Tampa radar, you always want to use the closer radar because it gives you a more accurate representation of what's going on. But you can see there's some thunderstorms, as a matter of fact, embedded in that rain, and all of that is working in our direction. So, yeah. There's some rain, and that rain is going to overall play into our forecast today. So mostly cloudy skies. That's what we're going with in a forecast. Temperatures running to about 75 degrees 11 o'clock, about 78 degrees by 1 p.m., and 81 our high temperature on the day. 30, 40, even 50% coverage of showers and thunder showers around. So yes, we're going to be tracking some rainfall for our New Year's Eve. And you can see 7, 8, 9 o'clock, while the rain coverage does taper off just a little bit, we do still have at least the mention of some showers in that time frame. All right? So here's what we're looking at for your plans. This is what everybody wants to know, right? 10 o'clock, lower 70s, keeping with the lower 70s right through midnight. But we're going to be watching the radar the whole time. Now, this is shameless plug time. If we open up our phones, right, and we go to the WESH app, okay, here's the WESH app. If you click on the weather, right, and then you've got radar, where is it? There it is. You click on the radar button. You're going to get the radar. Now, I want to point out that this radar is a national composite radar, okay? So it goes all the way out into the Gulf of Mexico. But bottom corner here, right there, the little sandwich button, if you look at the layers, you'll see there is a first warning live Doppler radar. If you click that, you're not going to get a national composite, and you're going to see the end of our scan, but that is our live radar. That updates once a minute. So you can actually see our live radar from the palm of your hand. Now, again, you always want to use the closest radar. National composite is good for the masses, but we're weather nerds. So there's an advantage of having what we call single site radar. It is unfiltered, it is not quality controlled, but it's raw data. And to me, it's going to give you the most realistic. National composites are decent. There's a time and a place for them, but single site is always going to give you the best data. So anyway, for tonight, just so that you know, there's a little bit of rain in the forecast, and yeah, maybe something that we'll have to track. Just getting brand new Futurecast data, and I have not looked at this yet, so let's look at this together, shall we? All right, 8 o'clock, you can see some showers around. It's really not wanting to bring much moisture into our area until later on. Actually, it's keeping most of the moisture north of us. So that's that. Let's look at the rapid refresh Futurecast. So this one runs every 3 hours. I have a version that runs every hour. Let's look at that. Yeah, so it's bringing some rain in around lunchtime. 3:30, 4 o'clock, bringing some rain. I like that solution. I think that that's more accurate. 7, 8, 9 o'clock, bringing more rain through. But notice by 11, 11:30, 12, most of that rain is clearing out, right? And then after that point, we'll, continue quieting down. But it is showing some showers around for 11:30, 12 o'clock. So keep that in mind, all right? I am still working hurricane claims. Yeah, listen, let's take a minute and just look back at the year that was 2022. It was kind of an interesting year for weather. There were some pretty big deals in the weather world. First off, third warmest July on record. And overall, 2022 will end up being the third warmest year on record. Let me go back and look at the warmer years. I didn't do that earlier. Stand by. Seasonal time, maximum temp, annual, station, MCO. Okay. Not maximum temp, it'd be average temp. That's what I meant. All right. So this year will be the third warmest year on record. If we look at the top 5, all right, so the warmest year on record was 2015, followed by 2020, followed by 2022. And then 1990 rounds out the top 5. So anyway, third warmest July on record, third warmest year on record. We, of course, had Hurricane Ian bringing record rainfall, Hurricane Nicole bringing just terrible beach erosion. And then just a week ago, we had the second coldest Christmas on record. What an interesting year it has been, right? Yeah, Yukon says, I was thinking without Ian, we would all have a huge rain deficit. Hopefully the aquifer is up to needed levels. Yeah, so about that, we do have, thanks to Ian, quite a refreshed aquifer. Yeah, take a look. We're going to end this year running roughly 10 inches above average in Orlando, 13 inches above average in Sanford, almost 13 inches in Leesburg. Daytona Beach and Melbourne, you're above average, but you were so behind that you're only going to be 1-2 inches above average. So it's kind of interesting. To me, it's kind of interesting how this plays out, right? Because Daytona Beach saw record rains as well, but you were just so much drier. And we had already mentioned this in terms of the temperatures, but third warmest year on average, 1.8 degrees above normal. All right? For full transparency, I want you to know our average high temperature this year was 75.2 degrees. Rounding out the top 10, you have 1972, 1971, 1948, and 1922. 1922 averaged 74.2 degrees. All right, so again, we've had many, many warm years, including years many years ago. But if you look at the top 5, 2015, 2020, 2022, 2019, 1990. All right, so all that data is there. Interesting stuff. All right, for today, temperatures are going to be in the 80s. We're going to be well above average, but the rain is certainly going to be the big focal point on the day's forecast. So just want to make sure everybody's on the same page here. There's a look at that 12-hour forecast to help you plan with the showers and the thunder showers. All right, so that's kind of what I got. Questions, comments, concerns, anything? Yeah. So we're above average, yeah. Long story long, we're above average. Any questions, comments? No tropics to track this morning, thank God. Don't want to deal with that. As you make your plans for the day, I would just say comfy clothes, but we will be tracking scattered showers and thunder showers, my friends. Can't believe we already have, I just cannot believe that we already have 2023. What are we looking forward to next year? Well, Gina, we're going to start off by looking forward to warmer temperatures. Look at these readings. The first couple of days of 2023, we're getting near record highs, as a matter of fact, by Wednesday. Yeah. Hi, Maggie. Good morning to you. How are you? Cheryl, good morning to you as well. We're closest to the sun on January 4th at 1:53 in the morning. Is that a thing? I didn't even know that, Yukon. Anne says, I'm grateful for you, Eric, for your coffee talks and great conversations. Thank you. I'm grateful for you, Anne, and for everyone joining us. I'm grateful for our time together. I really am. Joanne's asking, when is our next cold front? So you can see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, our temperatures climb. There is a weather change coming just after that. So to our surface maps we go. And there you go. There's the rain for today, clearing out, looking better for tomorrow. Monday, still looking good, quiet, warm, but there's another cold front. By Monday, Tuesday, it starts gearing up. Wednesday, Thursday, it approaches us, and then what it's going to end up doing is clearing us out and cooling us down for next weekend. So let's just take a look. Central Florida's certified most accurate 7-day forecast, and there you go. Rain on Thursday, Friday's high temperature, 71 degrees. That's going to be our next big weather story come the end of this week. Yukon says, yes, it's the perihelion of the orbit, January 4th. I knew it was elliptical. I guess I just never really knew what day was the day. So very cool. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Always fun. I always love, look, I never ever want to be the smartest person in the room, and I'm grateful for our little group here because I never am the smartest person in the room. We get to all learn from each other, so I love that. Temps are fine here in Nokomis, but my goodness, has the humidity returned? AC definitely on again. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Oh well. Oh well. What are you going to do? Anybody else have anything? Otherwise, I've got some sponsors to make. This time of year is a real pain in the tuchus for my corporate side of my job because I've got everybody's selling new sponsors, and we've got 26 stations selling sponsors. Yeah, so I've got traffic sponsors to do and weather sponsors to do this morning. So good times. All right, well, I guess I'm going to go do that. Listen, showers tonight. I will be tweeting through the day. All right? All right, listen. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so very much for hanging out for Coffee Talk. I will see you on TV in a couple of minutes and for Coffee Talk tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Happy New Year.